All right, welcome to the Tom McManus webcast here at SuckItUpUSA.com. I'm with my good friend Seth Tuttle. He is the founder and president of Verified4Employment, a staffing company right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Seth, great to have you on the webcast, buddy.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
You and I we've known each other a very long time, without a doubt. We're good buddies, but I also know you as a very successful businessman. You've been in the staffing industry for a very long time. First and foremost, before we talk about going out on your own, why staffing? Why has that always intrigued you?
Staffing actually kind of came natural to me.
Okay.
I started back in 1999 here in Jacksonville as a recruiter. Kind of worked my way up through the ranks, but having the ability to help people find employment was big for me.
Okay.
And going to the B2B side and doing the business to business and the pharmaceutical and logistics has always been interesting to me.
It has.
Yep.
And deep down, it's the passion of, you know what, I want to give some people some opportunities to be able to thrive in this industry. And look, I know a lot of people in IT, as you do, are staffing.
Absolutely.
With IT,
Sure.
Healthcare, and it's a humongous business. I don't know if people really realize how big the business is.
Yeah, just in the private sector alone, it's about a $112 billion market. So
Right.
It's a huge opportunity, and Jacksonville is continuing to grow. It's a really robust market from not only a technical side, a pharmaceutical side, logistics side.
Sure.
We're actually working with a lot of the bigger players here in town.
Right.
One of our philosophies is not to saturate the market and sell everything to everybody. We have identified a top 20 list, and those are the clients that we work with.
Okay. Well, there's two sides to staffing, as most people watching this probably know. You have the recruiting side and the sales side.
Sure.
Which one do you like best?
Me personally, I've focused on the sales side.
Okay.
Our company has kind of created a niche in that space on the sales side, but also on the recruiting side. It's a hands-on approach, and I think that's one of the key indicators for us is to be hands-on and working with these folks.
Right, and making sure that these companies know, hey, you're in good hands. We're going to find you the best people, and there's always jobs, right? There's always opportunities for people, whether it's writing code, if they're in the IT, whether it's having a job in healthcare or all those different industries you talked about.
Absolutely, and right now we're seeing tremendous growth. We have fortunate enough to have Everbank here as a corporate headquarters. PSS just went through a big acquisition with
they
McManus.
sure did. No doubt.
And we're fortunate enough to be working with those guys, whether it be on the technology side. We've branched out a little bit into the office professional and finance space as well. So we're growing leaps and bounds, and we're excited about launching our software coming up here at the end of March. So we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Seth Tuttle here with us with Verified4Employment, Verified4Employment.com. Make sure you check that out, whether that's on the sales side or the recruiting side. They're building here. And now you've been on your own, growing this company for how long now?
Yeah, I've been for about a year and a half.
Okay.
So I set my non-compete out with my former employer.
Yeah.
And we started this. I think we're incorporated. It's been about a year and a half now.
Yeah, I'm always fascinated by the stories of people like you, right? That say, okay, I'm going to do this on my own. And when you make it, which I know you already are, and you will continue, people on the outside say, oh, how lucky. Just got lucky, and they're not there for the risk, but there's a ton of risks that you take on when you have this vision and you have this dream. You're very confident in it because you've been around it, but it's a daunting task to say, okay, now it's me. Now it's all on me to make this company and your team around you that you've assembled to make this work. I love those stories.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And with Suck It Up USA, with some of the things that you taught us and talked to us about, it's the film doesn't lie, and I always go back to that. And every day, we practice what we preach.
Well, it's looking in the mirror.
Absolutely,
so it's your company. So it's either going to sink or swim based on Seth Tuttle and your team and your partners and everybody involved. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, let's get into the software side because you and I have been talking about this for a while. You told me about it a few months back. We sat down and talked about it recently. This could really revolutionize the industry of staffing. Explain that in detail if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Our software is unique in the fact that it's set up for 3 different verticals. It can be a SaaS model. It can be an affiliate program for other staffing companies to be utilized at different geographic locations, or it could be a bolt-on for any ERP system that a Fortune 500 company is using.
Okay.
So what the software does, it has it's bundled services. It offers video on demand. It's compatible with smartphones, tablets,
okay.
Interfaces with your Outlook and your Skype. So there's some unique features there. But it also has a search engine with preset algorithms. So it's almost the eHarmony of staffing, if you will.
Yeah.
So instead of receiving 50 to 75 resumes for one posting, you may only get 2 or 3 resumes that are 95% matched to your job.
Okay.
So it matches your tangible skill sets and some intangible skill sets for you.
It weeds out the BS, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Right. I love that. Right. Because, we know a lot of people they fudge it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But this weeds it out, and that's a good thing for everybody involved. It's more genuine. It's more honest. And in return, you're going to get greater opportunity.
Yeah. It saves not only human resources in these companies that are doing these large hirings, it saves them time and money. They don't have to, like you said, it goes through the weeds and it identifies the top talent. And it gives the candidates the ability to drive and take control of their destiny a little bit. They can identify some companies they want to work with here in Jacksonville as to before, and they go to the career builders and the monsters. That those are great sites, but it's a big playground where you have to do a lot of sorting and sifting on your own. And it's really hard to get feedback in these large vendor management systems where with our software, you know where you're at. You can identify companies that you want to work with, and we can help you go in and be introduced as a top candidate for a specific skill set.
Let's talk about, I don't know if pressure is the right word, Seth, but you contract with these companies. They have jobs. They need them filled, and it better be filled in a timely fashion and with people that are ultra qualified. We can't have any hiccups with that. And that all comes back to the reputation of Verified for Employment, right?
Absolutely.
And you continuously have to manage that, to have to build that. Talk about that, whether you want to call it pressure or just the mere fact that you have a job to do and you want to do it well.
Yeah, we've done a really good job. We have a great supporting cast, not only just here in Jacksonville. We have representation, the footprint in Charlotte now, Birmingham, and in Orlando.
Great.
But Jacksonville, as I mentioned before, I started back in 1999 in the staffing market and selling to these guys. So I've been working with the same clients for the last 12 years. So we have a reputation to uphold. One of the things that we don't do is saturate, as I mentioned earlier.
Sure.
We're very selective about who we want to partner with, and we want that to be a long-term partnership. But we have to execute and provide top talent. If not, they'll go to the next player here in town.
A lot of businesses relationship driven, no question about that. It sounds like the staffing industry is at the top of the list when you're talking about driving business through relationships. They have to trust you. You talk about a financial advisor. I have to trust you with my money. Well, if I'm a company, I have to trust you to fill those jobs.
Sure, absolutely. At the very top of the list, that rapport and relationship is second to none. And we do a lot of things that are family oriented, whether it's having groups over to the house for barbecue on a Thursday night or out on the boat on Sundays. But it's a very relationship-driven business. No doubt about it.
And it's funny too, when you have those relationships, it's not always easy to have that personal side, but then boom, you got to get the job done, or we're going to have trouble with the personal side.
And I'm very candid with these folks and having them be upfront with me. Hey, if we're doing a great job, let us know. But if we're doing a bad job, absolutely, we know where we stand with these guys, and we can tell them upfront. Well,
let's help some people out there that watch this webcast. The industries that Verified for Employment concentrate on right now.
Information technology. All 3 main verticals in the information technology side. You have application development, infrastructure, and project management. We are focusing on the financial sector as well, and then we just branched out and have a national contract with a healthcare group, and we're focused on trainers, coders, auditors, registered nurses, etc.
Wow, that nursing industry is humongous too.
It's
home healthcare.
Yeah,
home healthcare, right?
Yes.
That's big time.
It is.
All right, so if there are programmers out there, people looking for employment, in these industries, how does someone get hooked up with Verified for Employment?
Go to our website. It's verified4employment.com.
The number 4. The number
Yep.
4. So
Verified numeric 4employment.com. You can register there. It'll send an email to our team. You can send over a resume and or reach us. We're directly behind the Mayo Clinic here off JTB in San Pablo. So we have a facility, large conference room. So feel free to stop by and say hello.
And then once the software kicks in, it's going to make it that much more easier for people.
It'll streamline the process for everybody.
Yeah,
so the scalability is unlimited. The scope of it is unlimited. Everybody can go on, register, and you'll have instant feedback, if you will. So you'll have some gratification there.
Entrepreneurs create jobs. Entrepreneurs is what makes this country so great. Isn't that the truth?
Absolutely.
And it's not easy.
There's nothing easy about it.
But we love it. We love it because that's what we do, right? That's how we're wired. And not everybody's wired like that, but it's true. The ones that put their neck out there, that put the risk out there, they're the ones that are creating other opportunities for other people.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, no question. Seth, great to have you on the webcast, man.
Really
I vouch for you any day.
I appreciate that.
You're a good guy and you work hard, and I tell you what, you really care about your reputation and about, and I think it's very important, not just professionally, but personally, you know, that legacy. How do you want to be remembered? What kind of mark are you leaving, you know, when you're, you know, while you're here on this earth? Good stuff, buddy.
Thank you.
Verified4employment.com. That's verified, the number 4, employment.com. Seth Tuttle, the founder and the president, thanks so much, buddy.
Thanks,
Great to have you here. Hug the ones you love. Tell them you love them, because you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. We'll see you next time right here on the Tom McManus webcast at suckitupusa.com.